Mikey Gills, how did our DraftKings do?
All right, so let's preface this with one thing real quick. Whole lot of underdogs cashed this week. So
A lot.
if anybody had those lineups that you were just talking about, where you're saying that people are like, oh, if you had all these underdogs, the only people that had those lineups are the ones that are going and putting 20 different lineups into a thing. So if you didn't cash huge this week, don't feel too bad about yourself, because a lot of people probably didn't. But let's get right to ours. 2 of 6 for 315.5 points. Not ideal. Not ideal. And we're going to get to a couple reasons why. We're going to start off positive, because I didn't actually get to see this fight live. Our boy Maness, 104.5 points. Night started off great. He was our first underdog cast. I checked my phone and I saw it and I was like, all right, cool. Because I loved a lot of our other picks. I'm like, we're going to kill it tonight. We got one of our 2 big underdog picks. Let's go. But next up was Rachel Ostovich. Now, if you follow us on Twitter, I put out a big thread on Saturday that explained exactly why I chose her over the other ones. We don't have to get all of them on the show. But there was a reason behind why I would pick someone like Rachel Ostovich. And it's just ironic that on the night that so many underdog picks hit, I picked one of them that didn't. She did have her moments, though. When she was in North-South and she escaped and took Mazzani's back, I think anybody who was watching that fight was pretty impressed by that move. I know I was, but she got shrugged off and ended up losing only 28.5 points. Next up, our boy Kai, that's Jesus Christ, that's gonna get isolated. Kai Kamaka, 33.5 points. This is probably like the first true like WTF moment of the night. Kamaka, he got beat up on the feet and then dominated on the ground. He was our most expensive play on the card. And watching this fight was just kind of like watching the stock market crash, like it was just bad. It just got worse. Or like watching a power bar fade in a video game. Hats off to Jonathan Pierce. Give him credit where it's due, but he didn't have to do us like that. That was messed up. Anyway, next up, Spike Carlisle, 45.5 points. I am declaring it right now. I hope you guys are ready. I am officially off of the Spike Carlisle bandwagon, the Spike Carlisle train. I'm done. I'm also done calling fighters aggressive. 2 weeks ago, I called Danny Rodriguez a super aggressive fighter. What happens? He goes out there, loses a timid decision. This week, I call Spike Carlisle maybe the most aggressive guy ever. What does he do? He knows he has a bad gas tank, so he goes out to the cage, says, I'm going to just hold off in this first round and try to save my cardio. So what ended up happening? Instead of winning 1 round and getting beat up for 2, he just got beat up for all 3. So Spike Carlisle, I'm done with you. Next up, our boy Baeza, you're just talking about 98 points. Finally, on a night like this, I mean, what did you guys think at this point in the night? Were you watching our DraftKings card? Like, you were kind of see, like, I expected Baeza to walk into the cage and break his leg. Just at this point in the night, I just knew everything was going wrong. Luckily, he did us good. 98 points. I love him. Last up, Devin Clark. Just, oh man,
Poop.
5.5 points. Like Bob said, just didn't stick to the game plan. He ended up in the position that we wanted in. He ended up on top, but just not in the way that we wanted. Ideally, end up on top.
Be the other direction.
Yeah, just without your opponent's legs, choking the life. I don't know. Anyway, Devin Clark, don't need to get into it. It didn't go our way. 5.5 points. Again, cash for 2 of 6. That hurts saying it. It hurts saying it. I need Baby Yoda to cheer me back up. 315 points. That was our score.
Dude, at least say his name right. It's Grogu.
It is Grogu. You're right. Sorry, I didn't. Spoiler, Bob. Jesus.
Evil bastard. Get it right, Mikey.
Dude, I'm a busy man. I work for the post office. You think I have time to watch Mandalorian these days?
Yeah.
Dude, your lady has probably the whole thing on the wall in pictures.
Yeah, it's bad. We actually have a bunch of stuffed animals on our couch. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have saw the picture. We call them the Grow Gang. It's just a bunch of stuffed animals led by him. It's pretty evil.